Hi there, it's Erin here at Erin Blackburn Fitness. Today I have prepared a few of my favourite stretches to work on your hips and your lower back. All we need for this routine is a mat. If you've not got an exercise mat, then grab yourself a blanket or a towel to lay down on top of. You might also want to grab yourself a yoga block. If you haven't got a yoga block, then grab yourself a pillow or a cushion, something to help prop you into a position should you need it. Other than that, that's all we need, so we'll get ready and we're going to lay down on our mats. So get yourself set up and we'll get going. Once we are laid down and we are ready, we're going to bring our thighs into our chest and just wrap your arms or your hands around the shins. And I just want you to take a few deep breaths here first. Good, and then we'll just gently rock from side to side, giving that lower back a little bit of a massage and a release from any tension from your day. Lovely, and you could even roll into a circular motion. That might feel nice. So we'll do a few in one direction. And then don't forget to go in the opposite direction too. Lovely stuff. Right, and now we'll place both feet down onto the mat. Now from here we're going to lift our right leg and bring our right foot onto our left knee. And I want you to try and push that right knee out to the side. Good. And we'll have a right flexed foot here too. And that's just to protect that knee and the joint there. Now we can either stay here and you should be able to feel the stretch in your hip and glute. But if you want a deeper stretch, you can lift that left foot off the floor and wrap those hands around the left thigh. But if that's too much, just put your feet back down and go back to where you were comfortable. And with any of my workouts or my stretch routines, you just do what you can. If you need to take a break, take a break. You could always come back to it or just relax and join back in when you feel up to it. Try to relax the shoulders, the neck and the back of the head. We don't want to be sort of lifting the head up here. Try to soften down. If you do find that you've got short arms or you can't reach around that leg, you can use a yoga strap. Or if we're at home and we don't have access to things like that, I sometimes like to use my dressing gown tie instead. Or even a tea towel or something like that. And we'll bring that left foot down. Good work. Release that right leg. And before we move on to the second side, just bring your hands down to the ground next to you. And then we're going to take some windscreen wipers with the knees here. And just feel a nice release in that lower back. Good, and now we're ready to do the other side. So lift that left foot, bring it across to the right knee and then press that left knee out to the side and flex that left foot. Now we can stay here, or for those people wanting a deeper stretch, we can lift that right leg and take our hands around the right thigh. Lovely, and now place that right foot down and release that left foot. Now if we can, we're going to bring our thighs into our chest once again and just rock side to side, release any tension from that lower back. You can be nice and playful here, you can make it quite big or keep it small, or we could even just hold still. You do you. Nice. Now we're going to hold still. I want you to bring your thighs as close to your chest as you can, where you can comfortably hold. And now we're going to take the knees up and out towards our armpits. So instead of just taking the legs out, you want to lift them up towards the armpits, and you should feel an opening in the hips there. This is a hip opening stretch. And if this is too deep, you just make it smaller. And feel free to close the eyes, relax. And just get rid of any stress or tension from the day. At the moment in England, it's lockdown at 3, so this is the 3rd time we've been in lockdown. And I think this time just feels a lot harder for everyone. We're all feeling a little bit more stressed, a little bit unmotivated. I felt really unmotivated this time. So lots of YouTube videos coming your way now, because I've made a note to get up, get moving, get myself back on track. I've given myself some goals. I want to get to 3,000 subscribers this year, and that's my goal. I'm working hard, I'm trying to learn and make some better videos and better content for you all. So if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you click subscribe. And leave me a comment. What would you like to see? What would you like to do in the next workout? And that just helps me stop running out of ideas. You guys really help me and inspire me on the next video, what I can do. Lovely. And we'll bring those knees back in towards each other and then place the feet down onto the mat. Now I want you to lift your right thigh and then take hold of the shin and bring that thigh to chest. See if we can make them connect. Now if this is enough, we'll stay here. But if we can, we're going to slide our left foot down and along the mat and flex that left foot. Push the heel down and you'll feel that lovely opening in the hip flexor on that left side. This is one of my favourite stretches. It's so simple, but it's so effective and it feels really good, especially if you tighten your hips and your hip flexors. Good, and if you'd like a little bit of a deeper option, we can take that right knee up and out towards that right armpit again. Ooh, you should feel the difference if you've taken that. Really press that heel down, flex the left foot. Let's make this an active stretch. Good, and now we'll slide that left foot back up and along the mat. We'll bring that right foot down and then we're going to swap sides. So left thigh into chest, take those hands around that left shin and either stay in here if this is enough. But if we want more, we slide that right foot down and along the mat and flex the foot, push the heel down. And it always feels tighter to begin with, but it'll soften as the body gets used to the stretch. And we can use our breath here as well. So inhale, feel the muscles lengthen. And as we exhale, allow the muscles to soften. Keeping this an active stretch by flexing that right foot and pushing the heel down. Good, and now we'll slide that right foot back up and along the mat. Lovely. Bring the foot back down and now we're going to do a butterfly. So we bring our feet together and we take our knees apart. Bring the back of the hands down with the palms facing up. Now this is a really big hip opening stretch, so if this is too much, what we can do is we can take the feet further away from the body. Or if you want the opposite, if you want a deeper stretch, we can bring the heels close to the body. And of course, if it's too much, just come out of the stretch. Maybe bring the knees into your chest and then join back in when you feel ready to do so. Sometimes it's nice to close the eyes here. And I've told you about what my goal is to get to 3,000 subscribers. Maybe while we're resting here, you can think about what your goal is. What do you want to get out of this new year? How are you going to do that? Feel the belly rise and fall. And feel the chest rise and fall. And then when you're ready, we're going to use our hands on the outsides of the legs. Use the hands to bring the knees back up into the centre. And we'll just bring some balance back into the hips now. So if you could step your feet out about as wide as an exercise mat, and then let the knees fall inwards, and then bring the back of the hands down, palms facing up. So you've made a little pyramid here, like a Toblerone, if you know what a Toblerone chocolate is. This is just going to bring some balance back into the hips after that big hip opening stretch. And release the knees, bring the thighs into the chest. We'll just hold here for a moment or two. And we're going to come up to a seated position. So if we can, we're going to rock forwards and back until you get enough momentum to come all the way up onto your seat. Well done. Now we're going to turn over into a tabletop position. We'll do some more stretches for the spine and for the back. So we're going to bring our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. Now from here first, I just want you to wiggle your hips from side to side. Like you're shaking your tail, pretend you're a puppy. Good. And hold that still. Now we'll just do some gentle movements with the head, whatever feels good. Just nice and gentle and slow and controlled. Good. Now we'll do a few rounds of cat and cow. So we start in that lovely tabletop position. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin and the eyes, looking forwards. And exhale, we tuck the chin into the chest, press down into the hands of the shins, nice big cat curve. And inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Push into the hands and the shins. And inhale. And exhale. And coming back to a neutral flat back, we are going to do our wide leg child's pose. So bringing the big toes together and taking the knees out nice and wide. Now the wider you take those legs, the deeper the stretch is on the hips there. So if you don't want that deep stretch, you just bring the knees in closer And then when you're ready, rock the hips back to the heels of the feet, walk the hands out in front, and then bring that forehead down. Rotate the armpits to be facing down into the floor. Again, if you get here and that's too much on those hips, you bring the knees in closer. You know, you make those adjustments. You listen to your body. You do you. Start to deepen the breath. Slowly walking the hands and the body all the way back up. Really take your time here. And then when you do arrive, we're going to sit on our bottoms and extend the legs out in front. Sitting up nice and tall, so imagine your back is pressed against a wall, lengthen that spine. Good. And then from here, we're going to bring our right foot over to our left hip. And then our left hand wraps around, sitting up tall. Right hand comes behind the body, press down into that hand to lift up, and then twist and look over that right shoulder. Good. And you might feel this in your hip and bottom, as well as the beautiful twist for the back and the spine. And if you want a deeper stretch in your hip and bottom, you just bring that right leg closer towards your chest. And slowly release. Send that leg all the way back down. Give it a little bit of a shake it all out. And then we're doing the opposite side. So now we're going to lift that left foot. Bring it to the right hip, sitting up tall, lengthen the spine. Right hand hugs, left hand behind the back, press down into that left hand to lift up nice and tall, and then look over that left shoulder. And gently release. Let's release that leg. Give it a good shake out. Shake everything out. Release any tension from the body. Big inhale. And nice big sigh. Let that stale air out. Well done, everybody. So that was your beginner stretch routine for your lower back and your hips. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, don't forget to click like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. What would you like to see next? What would you like to do next? And if you've also got Instagram, search Erin Blackburn Fitness. I'm over there too, putting lots of pictures and stories about what I'm doing in the day. So hopefully I'll get to see you all soon. Well done, take care.